Disney announced the season 33 cast of Dancing with the Stars, and in it is a convicted felon with an ankle bracelet. Has pop culture sunk too far for even Disney? Welcome to Popcorn Planet. I am Andy Signor, and I'm here with It's Kim. Hey, It's Kim. How are you doing?
I am doing good. I'm good, doing good. Thank you for having me.
Well, I'm glad you're here because you're going to help educate folks about Anna Delvey. I honestly never really paid attention to this story. I knew she sort of was getting a lot of attention due to her conviction, her Netflix documentary. Then there was a scripted series. There's been a lot of stuff about Anna. But I wanted to get a quick recap before we get in the story and why so many people, including The View and others, are upset that this is the first convicted felon with an ankle bracelet on the show. Why is Disney allowing this when she's still on house arrest? I wanted to get a little background on who Anna Delvey is. Correct me if I'm wrong. She's this socialite, faked her persona, and swindled a lot of people out of money. Some people, though, thought she was a good guy, big sort of Robin Hood syndrome, where she was stealing from socialites and banks. So, who cares? But reality is she was stealing. She was a criminal.
Yes.
She was doing bad things, correct?
Yes, Anna Delvey. Her real name is actually Anna Sork, and she grew up in a middle-class family in Germany. But when she moved to New York City, she tried to convince everyone that she was a German heiress, and she scammed hotels, banks, countless people. She actually created her own fake foundation to be able to further her scams. And finally, in 2017, she was arrested, and then she was charged, I believe, at least 8 charges, resulting in a prison sentence of 12 years. However, she has been released early. She's under house arrest, and has this ankle monitor, and now she's going to be on Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah, and
It's pretty
fairly,
wild.
that's made some people upset.
Yes,
Whoopi Goldberg and The View
absolutely.
co-hosts were slamming, which is interesting because they're on ABC. They were biting them out the mouth that feeds them, calling out this. Before we get to their comments, let's go to Anna herself. Here she is with an interview to ET talking about this.
Do you ever think that this could be a possibility for you?
No, that was the last one on my list.
Really? How did the call come down? Was it immediate yes? Are you nervous?
Well, I had to ask for the permission for the authorities for ICE to give me permission to travel out of state. And
She had to get permission from ICE to get to do this. Like, think of all the families who get denied by ICE just to get reconnected to their mothers or their kids. But ICE, gave her immediate approval to go on Dancing with the Stars. Like, how effed up is this, Kim?
It's bizarre. It's bizarre. I understand the criticism, but I also understand the fascination with Anna as a person. It's kind of one of those stories. As soon as you start diving into it, it just gets more and more bizarre the more you look. And I think that's why so many people were so fascinated with the Shondaland series that was on Netflix about her. I think that's why people are going to be interested to watch her on Dancing with the Stars. Now, whether or not this is ethical or right is a different conversation.
Yeah, I mean, it's weird because it's Disney and they're now allowing, she hasn't even really served her time or really proven that she's learned from it.
that took a bit,
And you still have to wear the ankle monitor?
Oh, yeah, that's still
Are
here.
you going to be bejeweling it for Dancing with the Stars?
That's going to be Ezra's
Yeah,
job.
no, I literally brought my whole kit with me. We're gonna rhinestone that sucker. You cannot walk in that ballroom without getting glitter, so it's bound to happen with Anna.
And you'll have to wear it during the competition?
Yeah, of course.
She made
Yeah, of course. Was there a thought that she wouldn't? You get to take it off during the show.
I would say, yeah.
And so you'll be able to travel to California to compete?
Yes.
And are you officially still on house arrest with the exception of this exemption?
No, my house arrest got loosened, I think, the first week of August.
It got loosened, I think. She does it's so kind of depressingly confusing. Is she still even?
So I am allowed
What
to
happened to her sins, kid?
travel anywhere within New York and anywhere within 75 miles of my approved residence.
Okay, with the exception of California, they're allowing you to do that.
Yeah.
So how does it feel? I mean, you've been under house arrest for quite some time, and that's presented itself to be very isolating, I would assume. So how does it feel to then be thrust into something so public, like Dancing with the Stars, on a weekly basis to a national and international audience?
Oh, how is this must be so tough for you?
Actually, I miss being on house arrest because I now have to commute and people don't come to me anymore.
Oh no! I have to commute.
I miss being on house arrest because people came to me and now I have to commute. Oh my God.
I mean, in all fairness, Andy, she does have her own podcast that she filmed or that she recorded her own theme song for. She's dabbled in the fashion industry. This person, Anna Delvey, Anna Sorkin, she is a force at this point, and honestly, absolutely confusing and fascinating at the same time.
Yeah, I guess she gets stuff done. Just don't make a deal with her, guys, because I wouldn't trust it.
So you kind of miss house arrest in that respect. But are you at all intimidated or nervous?
I mean, what's the worst that can happen? They're not gonna arrest me for dancing badly.
We'll just see how good you do, girl.
I know. How are Anna's dance skills? That's right.
She's picking up pretty good, I have to say. I'm quite
Anyway, he's all excited because this is his first time as a pro, and he was so excited it was Anna. He said the casting people were brilliant. To be fair, also to Anna, she's not the first controversial guest they've had. There have been many controversial people. Lori Loughlin's daughter, after the whole college scandal, which a lot of people are upset. Like, girl, you what? Sean Spicer at the time, Paula Dean after her racist remarks. Floyd Mayweather after pleading guilty to DV. They've had a lot. Tom DeLay. They've never shied away. Ryan Lochte after he had his own issues. They've never shied away from controversy. They seem to know, Carol Baskins potentially murdered her husband, but she'll bring us views on Dancing with the Stars. They've never shied away from controversy, but this is the first time they have a convicted felon who literally has an ankle bracelet and isn't even done the sentence to be dancing around on the floor to get that sort of press. And the question now is that right? Is this too low for the show and for Disney? I want to get your thoughts, but before we go, let's see what The View said as promised. Couldn't find the clip, but they were talking about this, talking about after showing the clip of Delvey, that she had to get permission from ICE, the Immigration Customs Enforcement. Stern, Whoopi Goldberg said, I think back to all the families who have had family members arrested by ICE, who have gone to the courts to get their dad and their brother or their mother back. And this woman, they gave her permission to go do this. Is there a two-tiered system with ICE? Delvey was convicted, as we just talked about. After serving 2 years in prison, she was released on parole and to be taken in custody by ICE for overstaying her visa. She appealed. Last year, she was ordered to wear an ankle monitor while in her home confinement in her Manhattan apartment. Delvey said, what's the worst that could happen? They can't arrest me for dancing badly. Sonny Houston said, if you think about it, she defrauded so many people and then spent about 2 years in prison and then had to spend another 18 months for overstaying and her visa. She's committed another crime. And what is the consequence of it? A bejeweled ankle monitor and a spot on national television. She likened it to Gypsy Rose becoming a reality star after her release, after her second-degree murder of her death of her mother. But others, Griffin on the show said, no, I'm here for the redemption of her. She tried to say, look, comparing to Martha Stewart and others, at least she took responsibility before returning to the public eye. Gypsy Rose did the time. But DeLevy still owes people money. Con artists tend to remain con artists, so be wary. So yeah, I mean, interesting points. Is this fair? She's serving her time. Clearly it's in demand. People want to hire her. Is Disney in the wrong, Kim? Or is this, as New York Post says, has pop culture sunk to a new low? What do you think?
I think it's a bit of both. I think it is a really smart business decision on Disney's part because clearly people were very interested in her story. The Netflix series about her did very, very well. People are quite fascinated by her. She is a fascinating figure. However, I don't think that this is right. I don't think she's someone that we should be, looking up to or promoting, because I do believe she's absolutely a con artist. She has scanned people. She's hurt a lot of people over the last number of years. And I think a lot of people probably don't feel like there's been justice here with what she's done. But I think it'll be interesting to see how this plays out. And to be blunt, I mean, we're talking about Dancing with the Stars. We're talking about it because of Anna Delvey. So it's hard to argue.
Yeah, look, I'm not, no problem. This is reality TV. This is what happens. There's a lot of killers and crazy people who get attention. Doesn't make it right, but it is what it is. I'm a little shocked Disney has now just sort of not cared. They're the same people who will cancel someone left, right over politics. But when it comes down to the actual moral, what's right here? And is this good for the families to be watching a convicted felon with an ankle bracelet on their TVs? They don't seem to care. It is a weird double standard. And I do think they, of all networks, should have probably been a little bit more on top of paying attention to this. It's not even like it's a political divide. Now we're actually hiring convicted felons who are still doing their sentences. Granted, it's an ICE sentence to be fair, but still, it just seems like not maybe the best time, but I can't deny you're right. We're talking about it, and we haven't talked about Dancing with Stars in a while. Doesn't mean I'm watching it, though, ABC. There's no chance in hell I'm sitting there and watching Dancing with the Stars. Plus, the lineup sucks, Kim. Just to wrap up, I was like, I was going through the list. I didn't know how the majority of these people were. I'm like, who? Tori Spelling, okay. Eric Roberts. I don't even know who Phandra Parks is. Let's play a quick game as we roll. Tell me who you knew out of these people. I don't, no offense. Phandra Parks, okay. She's a Real Housewife. Okay, that's why I don't know it. Danny Amendola? No clue. NFL. Okay, Patriots. Joey. I know because I watched The Bachelor, but I wouldn't have noticed if I hadn't looked before. I was like, Joey who? And I watched The Bachelor. He was The Bachelor. Then we have Ilona Maher. Is that Bill Maher's daughter? I don't know who this is. She's a rugby player in the Olympics. Okay. Chandler Kinney. Never heard of her. She was in the Zombies movies on Disney. Okay, I'm sure my daughter knows who she is. So she's for the young audience. There's Anna. And then we have Eric Roberts. I remember him. Julia Roberts' uncle, I think, right? And then we have Brooke Nader. She's a Sports Illustrated swimsuit model. They still have those, Kim? There's still a Sports Illustrated, let alone the swimsuit. Know. Who's buying those issues? And then we have Carl Winslow. All right, maybe we'll finally find the truth about Diddy. Tori Spelling. Okay, I know her. Okay, great. Tori Spelling. Jen, the new Bachelorette. Of course, that's just obvious. They bring every Bachelorette over. Dwight Howard. Okay, know him. Athlete, basketball player. Stephen Nedoroscik. I don't know who that is. Don't know who that is. Yeah. He's a gymnast. Okay. Respect. That's it. What a showdown. Are you ready? Anybody? We talked about you, but does that mean anyone's actually going to watch? Does anyone care? I want to hear your thoughts in the comments. Did you know who all these people were? Was this good casting? I want to hear your thoughts. Also, make sure you subscribe to It's Kim over on YouTube. Subscribe there and here if you want more pop culture news. We're trying to find more stories, guys. But we'll be live with JLo News today around 4 p.m. So hit that subscribe, hit the bell, and join us. We'll find other stuff to talk about as well. But I hope to see you guys there. Thanks for watching as usual, and stay tuned for more here on Popcorn Planet.